What's good, y'all? My screen probably look crazy right now. All right, so we did have news drop at 8:30 this morning already, and we had this daily fair value gap right here, and you see this is our daily candle right now. We already came down, tapped into it. We also swept some liquidity to Asia low, and just some extra liquidity from the previous day. So the previous day low, we tapped down in there, and then we started to get a rejection back into the opposite direction. Um, I mean, it looks like it wants to go short and long at the same time, kind of like how I'm seeing things. But just gonna wait till the market opens up, of course, and kind of see how things go. But just based on this, we'll just see. And then you see we have like all of these fair value gaps, like on different time frames. We got an hourly down here. We got this hourly below all of this, and there's also some liquidity resting down here also. And then we also have this 4 hour up here that's going in the opposite direction. So almost looks indecisive, like it doesn't know exactly what it wants to do yet. But I think I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards longs today, so we're probably gonna be looking to buy, getting some buying positions. But we could probably make money both ways, but we'll just see what presents itself. I want to keep this fair value gap right here, this 4 hour one, even though we traded into it a little bit. Kind of help me gauge what it's trying to do also. I just have it there, but I kind of want to clean my charts up a little bit. I feel like I got too much stuff on here. That's why it's just looking crazy like that. But yeah, This is low key how I like to map out all of my highs and lows. So this indicator on TradingView is called ICT sessions, one setup for life. And if I turn off all the stuff that I have drawn on, this is what it will look like by itself. But the whole point of it though, excuse me, like when y'all see me have the Asian low, Asia high, London low, like all of that is already mapped out with this. So you can see when looking at it this way, all the liquidity has been swept down on this sell side. So, you know, we would normally like to expect it to come up and take this PM high. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens exactly. See if we're getting that type of energy. If the candles are presenting itself for us to go long, then we're gonna take that long. And then this other one is liquidity levels. So I'll use it because it'll just show, like, you know, major sell side liquidity, more liquidity down to the bottom that it could reach for. Then we have these equal highs up here. So yeah, these equal highs probably gonna get taken out at some point today. And we're on ES today, so the S&P 500. You know, I was reading somewhere like the difference between like NASDAQ and ES. They say like NASDAQ is like when you're trying to go out and have fun for one night, and NASDAQ is like it's like the girl you shouldn't be dating, but you always have fun with her. And then ES, it's the one you bring home to your mom and introduce to the family. So I'm like, and I feel like that's true because I've traded both of them, and I've had the most success with ES. I've had success with NQ, but it's just too much of a roller coaster ride sometimes because I don't know, the structure is just not as clear on NQ. I feel like there's a lot more manipulation and things you just got to be mindful of when it comes to NQ. But ES, like when it shows his hand, it's like really showing his hand. And it's just less risky too. So like whenever you're putting a trade up in it, like you're not risking as much as you would normally with NQ. But I think for the strategy, like just from what I've been realizing, I feel like ES is kind of like the way to go, or like the Dow. But sometimes the Dow, you're just not getting movement sometimes. The Dow would just be sitting there. NQ has all types of movement. ES is a little bit more stable, and then the Dow is just kind of like, I don't want to say hit or miss because the Dow moves like it does. But I think it just makes sense for me to focus on ES. That's really where I've been doing the best, I feel like, just over my trading journey. So I think it's time to just focus on, you know, ES. Maybe even, you know, still do NQ here and there, but I think ES is just where I need to put most of my focus. All right, so we got like 2.5 minutes before the market opens. Mm. So this yellow line right here is the New York Open. So at 8:30, this is like the open, and then this is from midnight, the blue line. So like one thing that usually tells you is if it's trading on the opposite side of it, like it usually, I mean, just in theory that it goes to the opposite side again. So like the fact that we're trading up above this New York Open kind of makes me want to look for shorts. And we're getting back close to this midnight open. Looks like we're gonna start trading above there again. And like I said, we do have these relative equal highs, and we have the New York PM high that's still up here. So that might be the initial draw when the market opens. Like maybe we get some manipulation and we take out these equal highs, then we take out this New York PM high, and maybe we'll probably see some reversal because we do have the AM high up here, right, from the AM session yesterday. But which is a valid draw on liquidity. But we've moved so much down already to kind of feel like the trend is to the downside, but we're creating whatever some people call this. But is this what y'all call a head and shoulders? I don't know too much about that. Where it just comes back and comes back down to a right here. So shoulder, head, shoulder. Is that how it goes? I don't know if anybody knows. Leave that in the comments. I'm about to turn these off for now. That's too much to look at. All right, so the market is open now. And I like to wait until I usually like to give it about 15 minutes before I really um, place a trade. So I'll leave this indicator on and kind of just see how it's playing. Mhm. So we just dug a little bit deeper into this fair value gap, this 15-minute fair value gap. That's what these candles you're seeing right here, these two big candles just dug a little bit deeper into that fair value gap, but I'm not really going to say that means anything right now. Bro, what's up with all of these ads? How do I get rid of that shit? Oh, I think I gotta, yeah. So now you see this green box is like forming because this is the New York Open now. This is the regular trading hours gap. So from between overnight trading and the market open, this is like the gap technically. But we see all this trading here. But if I switch this to, I don't know how this works, if it's the same. But yeah, so that's the gap that it's showing because it's regular trading hours. You know, from New York PM to here. So but that's just showing the gap. If you weren't looking at the electronic trading hours, it just shows you that. So sometimes it'll trade back to that regular trading hours gap. Usually when it's like it'll go and fill that gap. So if I go back, and I'm trying to see if there's a so you can kind of see it happened the other day. So like right here, this was from Thursday. This was yesterday. So you see this was the New York Open and this was the gap from regular trading hours, and look, that's what the move was for the day. It went and filled that entire gap. So this gap was what was formed pre-market, like before the New York Open. So then as soon as New York Open and all the volatility came in, it came in, filled the gap, this regular trading hours gap. So that's just, you know, another way of kind of getting a bias. It doesn't always happen, right? Like nothing that I tell you always happens. You know, you just sometimes is on your side, but you just get better at figuring out when it's going to do it and when it's not going to. But that's what, when I mention like that type of gap, the regular trading hours gap, it's just because there's so much movement pre-market that when the markets open up, it kind of goes back and balance out all that price area, all that price action from overnight. Because you got to think there's the people that are usually trading in London aren't the same like institutions and banks that are trading during the New York session, and there's more volatility. So the charts is like giving these people another opportunity to get in their trades or to balance this price in this area. So that's just something to think about. Like a lot of times it'll go back and fill that gap. So that's why I keep it in there. And I mean, that's what it filled the entire gap yesterday. Sometimes it'll just come back to like maybe 70%, and then like kind of like how you see right here, like how it came down here and then move back up. That's usually how you'll see this gap just get balanced. But yesterday, it actually, the whole move of the day was to clear out the whole gap and go a little bit lower. But that specific gap, yeah, like there's different ways you could look at it. So my bias right now, I'm a little kind of stuck in between. So I'm kind of just trying to give it a little bit more time to play out, but kind of because I'm a little bit of both right now. I'm kind of short and long biased, but I need to see a little bit more before I can like really make that decision. I mean, we kind of look like we've been chopping around, right? Okay, so we're selling off. If you look at on the daily, but just a few minutes ago, you know, it's kind of up here. So we're getting like a lot of indecisive candles where we're getting like wicks at the top and these wicks at the bottom, big old wick at the top, big wicks at the bottom. So price is undecided right now, but yeah, that's why I don't have like a true bias at this very moment. Yeah, this weekly profile been kind of crazy. Yeah, I think I might be leaning a little bit more short bias, like going short. Hmm. And because it's Friday, we kind of had this big sell off from Wednesday to hold on one second, y'all. Um, and it's Friday too. We got to remember that it's Friday. So it's one of my worst days, Friday and Monday and Fridays. But we do have liquidity to the top side, and there's liquidity to the bottom also. So we're like kind of in the middle of this weird area. We've had the sell off. And we'll just give it a couple more minutes and see what's going on. Yeah, so we go up there. We had our rejection. Disrespected this fair value gap. Yeah, we'll just give it a couple more minutes. I'll let y'all know exactly like what I'm thinking once I have a better idea. Yeah, man. I don't know. Something about it, man, and it's true. Like I guess it's like that for a lot of people. Like Mondays and Fridays are just like overall the kind of like hard days for people. Yep. So we did have news this morning too. So that is like what they'll call like data highs or whatever. So, but the news was really at 8:30. So that might not. But there's you're right though. That is the sell side liquidity. There is liquidity resting down there. Absolutely. But we definitely want to see some type of liquidity become get swept before we figure out what our move is. Yep, Asia low's gone. Took the Asia low, the Asia high. Well, so and then also when I say I want to see some type of sweep, I like to see it during like our session. Like if it happens before the 9:30 bell, like I really like I'll discount it because price can still always go back into that area to sweep again because like I was saying, there's different participants when the market opens. So like a lot of times it'll give people the opportunity to get into the trade. So I like to see sweeps in session sweeps like from or I want to see it sweep these areas while we're in our current session. Yeah, so looks like we might be long. Yeah, and I'm not trying to force anything, but the whole day could end up like this, just chopping back and forth. But it's part of the game. We just, what they call it, barcoding, chopping back and forth. Exactly. So now it looks like we're like starting to move outside the range. So we're gonna look for our entry. So depending on how this candle closes, might be looking for a continuation to sell off. But we just got to keep in mind that we had all of these relative equal lows right here on this 1 minute. Just a hunch. Yeah, for sure. Where is that at? Well, it already took the London low. This is the London low right here. So we low key been trading below that. Then here's the Asia low. We traded below it. So yeah, so now we're getting like a push out of this range now. But we just got to make sure that this isn't manipulation. And then another thing, I could have just missed my opportunity, like I'm not going to force anything. So I think hmm, kind of like longs. I think I'm gonna try one. Let's get this to tap back into this area first and see if we did get the rejection. Yeah, I'm just torn about this one. I don't know. So I do think I'm gonna go ahead and try um, longs in a second. It's coming back to happening into that. Mm. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and try for longs right here, and then I'm gonna put my stop at the bottom of this swing. Sell stop. And I low key want to see it go for the New York PM high that we have up here, this blue line. So I'll put it like a little bit below that just in case it doesn't go all the way up there. But I'll probably cut this early too if we just start moving. I don't really want to see it move. So my logic is we had all this consolidation right here, and then now we had, you know, somewhat of an aggressive push that pushed down, but we're already kind of coming back up into that range. So this might have just been the manipulation. So we came down sweep. We came back to tap into this fair value gap, this green box that you see right here, and we did it during the session. Remember, I was telling you I like to see things happen during the session, so it happened earlier, but this was pre-market technically because indices don't open until 9:30 a.m. So this was like at 8:30. So I'm thinking that, you know, we're just coming back in here to test it again, and then maybe we're shooting up to go ahead and finally take out the New York PM high. But if we do just like fail to even get anywhere close to there to move, what it likely is to the opposite side. Yeah, still gonna wait it out. We gonna see. Oh yeah, that thing is embarrassing us right now. Yeah, even with that candle just doing that kind of makes me think we're probably gonna go short. Just shoots up and sweeps that side. But and let me make sure there's no other news coming out. So we're good right now. Yeah, so oh shit. Okay, so it's looking good right now. Hell yeah. I like the way that's moving. You know, I really just want to be careful that we don't just wig back down and um, it takes us out. So I'm need to think about where like I want to see it just go here, but I need to start taking partials. I need to get better at taking partials out. So like, like right here would be a good point to, let's say, how do I change how much I want to do right there? We'll stick with it and we'll just manually close it out if anything. So we have these overlapping gaps right here on this 1 minute. So we have this one that was going to the sell side. And then as you can see, that one was inverted with this one going to the buy side. So that's another good sign. Like I was saying, like we came down, we had our manipulation, disrespecting fair value gaps. It's valid for this to come back into this area. I either want to like tap into the red or just the green, and then we can continue up. But the stronger the trend, the you know, it might not come back and tap into this. But because we've done that already down here, we already inverted this one. We got the tap back into it, kept pushing. So now it could just be in this distribution phase and not giving too many opportunities to reprice and for other people to get in. 519.12. Yeah, that's the so the Asia high was 5.913. So that's a perfect TP right there. Yeah, or partial. Definitely about to move my stop up. Just some type of crazy stuff happens. So we'll keep it right above there. I just don't even know how much that is for real, but so this is a 4 hour that we're coming into. Yeah, so it looks like we're getting some rejection up here. We also had this untapped fair value gap up here, like going to the sell side. Does that mean anything? I'm not sure, just because like the way we're looking at it, it inverted this fair value gap that was supposed to take price higher. It inverted that. Then we had the price came back and tapped and that inverted fair value gap and came down. So this area could look like it's already balanced, like when I'm thinking about it, the way I'm looking at it. So this gap that's left up here probably won't mean anything but another entry for us if we wanted to get in. Like, so if this green candle closes outside of this area, like the candle immediately after it. And when I say close, like you see the body of the candle, like these didn't close outside of it. Like they went in there and tapped and then rejected. Closes when the body of the candles closes outside of that, these gaps. So I would expect this candle to close outside of the gap, and then the next one to tap it again, and then we continue higher. But another thing that we do need to keep in mind is that the same logic works on higher time frames. So if you look on this 4 hour, we had this gap that's supposed to bring price higher, but it didn't do that when price came in here. Price came and closed out below it. This 4 hour candle closed out below it. So, you know, like I said, once we get a candle close outside of it, the next candle comes, taps, and then we continue to sell off. So on a higher time frame, you know what I mean? That's kind of the battle too, is like, okay, what is this area gonna do? And you know, we technically did have like small closures out of here and then kept coming back in. So again, for me, I feel like this area isn't too protected right now. It should be a little bit easier to get through. But we just got to see. And just keeping our finger on the, for me, I'm keeping my finger like right on closing this out just in case, because I don't want it to come back too far on me. But I mean, up 3,800 on this one right now. It's looking nice. Now I would really like to put my stop right here, but we never tapped back into this, so it's like valid that price could come back here and tap into it, but we did leave some more fair value gaps to where price might not even try to come all the way back there. But I like the energy of these 2 5-minute candles. Like, it's kind of showing me that it does want to go a little bit higher. Oh yeah, huh? At the top of it, let me see. Oh yeah, we just tapped it. Okay. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind too, like what I was explaining earlier. Thanks for pointing that out though too. That makes me feel a little bit better about it. So yeah, it does look like we're getting a little bit of hesitation up here. You see, it kind of looks like the candles are losing energy. But that is not necessarily like, you know, the end of the trend. It could be, but sometimes just when we get to high liquidity areas, or you know, a spot where price has to make a decision, like price knows what it wants to do, but it's a high liquidity area. There's like a lot of transactions going on right here. That's how I look at it. It's like there's a lot of buying and selling right here. So there's not like more buyers or more sellers at this point. I would, you know, that's how I look at it. It's like they're fighting to pick what direction it wants to go. Yeah, there is liquidity inside of the gap and above it. The gap is considered liquidity. Okay, but we're getting a little bit more of a push up. Oh, it's going. Let's go though. So with the quick push up like that, you just got to be mindful that it could just do the same thing in the opposite direction. So first TP was hit though, right? For you, first TP was hit. Mental TP, right? So now we're in this big old fair value gap. Was tapped into once before, but might get to this 50% and just reject from there. That's, you kind of see these bodies are kind of showing that. I think it's valid for me to put my stop up here right now, because if it does come all the way back down just to tap into that, I don't even want to sit through that either. If it did try to come take these fair value gaps, because we're creating all this extra, you know, we're creating these big candles. So, and we're inverting the top end of this fair value gap. So I want to see how this 5-minute candle closes right here at this fair value gap. Oh yeah, I forgot your pricing is a little bit different. For me, we're at 59. We went up to 59.17 already. Because I think you're doing it, we're not all the way in. We're not doing futures, minus futures, so the pricing is a little bit different. So yeah, see, I'm probably, this looks like something that should be closed out. Again, because we had this fair value gap up here. We came in there, we started to reject. but it looks like we're closing above the 50%, so that still could be a valid move, or we could still be in a valid position. I did move my stop up to this fair value gap right here, so could get stopped out with the pullback into this for the continuation. But I'm hoping, like the way how strong these candles have been, I'm hoping we don't even come all the way back down, but it looks like we're starting to, which is cool because I'm already in the green, so it doesn't even matter. Like if I get stopped out right here, I'm good. I'll be done, and then I'll go back. I'll come back after lunch and try and see if I can find something. And this thing could like go all the way up. It could go all the way up here, right? But I'm not trying to be too greedy. I'm just trying to take what it gives me. So I kind of want to peep what NQ is doing. See, NQ played out beautifully today too, man. But sometimes it just, you don't get that. Like this picture perfect, but you see it dug deeper into this gap, whatever gap this is. And then we started pushing up. Hell yeah, definitely is. So yeah, so this is gonna decide a lot. So if we can continue to push through it, then we're on the right side to continue. But we've been on the right side, so keep in mind, well, we should be up. If you're in this, we should be up. So don't. One thing I have to learn is not being too greedy, bro, because I've seen big wins and then your mind gets stuck on that, but you have to remember, you have to let the charts tell you what it's doing. You know what I mean? Like just because I put I was thinking because I put a line there and I'm like, bro, I got this. I know it's going there. Doesn't always mean that's going to happen. But yeah, the opening range, yep. So we'll see how this plays out. Like you said, critical moment. So if we get a strong rejection from here, we know that the trade's over. Like the continuation is over. But if we can get continuation, strong continuation, then we'll be sitting nice. And again, it's Friday. I have to keep telling myself it's Friday. And you know, man, sometimes taking a break, I took a week break or something. Sometimes you really need that because just sitting in front of this computer, bro, is like, it's a lot of mental capital, man. Like, you get tired just sitting here staring at these screens. That's why y'all always see me wear these glasses, but these are blue light. They're prescription, but they're also blue light glasses. So all the light just from staring at the screen, I'm protecting my eyes a little bit, I guess. Right. You gotta fear Friday because Friday is crazy. It's like the start of the week and the end of the week. Like it's just like people are at the start of the week, people are opening new positions or closing positions that they have over the weekend, and then Friday you got people closing a lot of their positions, and then some people opening positions to hold over the weekend. People that are like swing traders. So it just kind of messes with things. I feel like all that volatility and just indecisiveness on those days because, you know, some people don't want to go into the weekend not knowing what the market's going to do. And some people, when the market opens, they giving it a couple minutes to see what everybody's trying to do or what the market's trying to do. Yeah, I'm still liking this for longs if we can keep pushing pretty strong. But I'm glad that you guys are finally getting to see the strategy and the thought process behind this trade. Even if it doesn't go up here to the PM high, you know what I mean? We still got a good chunk. Like I'm super straight with close. Like if this closes, if these candles come below this area right here after coming up here, then I'm done with this trade, and then I'll be done until after lunch. Because just to me, like right now, you know, we had this little bit of consolidation, and in one of my videos, I told y'all about you have consolidation, manipulation, and then distribution. So on a smaller frame, because we're looking at a 1 minute right now, we had this little bit of consolidation right here, and it looks like the way these candles are printing, this could have just been manipulation from this consolidation area, and we could probably start seeing some lower prices now, which could just be a pullback. But I don't want to sit through any pullbacks for real. So we're gonna wait and see if we just kind of come down here. Like if we come down here and start closing candles below this, I'll just get out. But if we just wick down and then, you know, we get like real strong rejections from this area and continue back the direction we want to go, then yeah, I'm with it. But oh, and this is on the 5 minute. Remember I told you, so we have this 5 minute gap right here. We got a closure outside of it, and then the next candle is coming back in, tapping into it. So, you know, that kind of goes along with my bias. So this the gap that was formed right here. I'm gonna just do it so you guys actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna make it red because it was part of a red. It was part of the bearish move. So it's been inverted now. This green candle at 10:15 closed outside of it, and then now we have this 10:20 candle that's coming back, that tapped into it. So it's valid, like, for us to see some push higher, and that's what we got. We technically did get the push higher, which is kind of making me think that might have just been the manipulation and the sweep. So we went there, swept the top side, and then now we're kind of just sitting here. In NQ, you wouldn't know what's going on. Like you'll be like, damn, what should I do? But I feel like with ES, when stuff like this happens, it holds a little bit more weight. Nothing is still perfect though, but ES is just respectful. I feel like it's kind of I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, you see how these are printing? Not liking that. But boom, there we go. Let's see. That's why you gotta stay in it. I'm gonna tell you all my thoughts too. So like, if I'm jumping back and forth from liking it to not liking it, I mean that's just real. It's just real. Like that's how you feel when you're in the trade. But one thing I can say is that you don't want to be like that. The guy that teaches you this strategy, ICT, is like you put your trade in and you just walk away. You have your stop set and you just let it. You come back here and there to manage it, but you don't want to over manage your trade. Over managing is like moving your stop like too soon and too close. You know what I mean? And just watching every like candle print. I'm doing that because I'm here with y'all. You know, like I want y'all to understand my thought process, and that's the only way y'all are gonna really understand what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing at the time. But they do call something what analysis paralysis. Like you're looking at so much and you don't make a decision. So that could happen when before you get in the trade, and it happens when you're in the trade. Like, oh, I should get out of this, and then you just keep looking, and it just keeps coming down, keeps coming down. So it's just like you gotta find that balance. Oh yeah, so this prop firm is doing like deals. It's a different one though. I have to get the link first for you guys, but bro, they're doing like 90% off right now. Like you could do a 250K evaluation for $16 right now, and the activation is like 140. So all in, you're paying like if you pass and everything, 140, 46, $47, and you could pass it in one day if you want to. They usually do 7 days, but they're doing one day passes right now. Now, this company, they have a little bit more. I don't want to say more rules. I guess it's. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, we're getting some good buying pressure. So like again, I want to see on here. We need this 15-minute candle to close up here. We don't want to see any type of rejection, and for it to I don't want to see this candle end up back in this box with the wick just out here. That's letting me know that we're getting failure from this fair value gap. I got you. I'll make sure I will send you the link. But yeah, it's Apex. Honestly, you can just go through their Apex Trader funding or something like that. But they got deals going on right now, and I'm not affiliated with them, so I'll just go straight to their Apex Trader, and then I'm using TraderVate, but just to show you, if I went You see, it says 167 right there. I don't feel like typing all this information in, but the code is save now, and that'll get you 160. That'll make that $16.70. But yeah, just Apex Trader, ApexTraderFunding.com, and then products. I use TradeAvate. TradeAvate is what you can use on TradingView if you want to trade directly on TradingView. And then the 250, so the 250 is the same as the 50K. So it just makes sense to just get it's going to take longer to pass, right? Because you got to make 15 bands for this. But yeah, your profit target is 15 bands, but at the same time, you know what I mean? If you trade with more size or you still have that discipline and want to size up, you can. But if you just want to do the 50K, you can do the 50K. And I think it's just 3,000 you have to make for your profit target. All right, cool. So on this 15-minute, we got that bullish close that I want to see. So we got the candle close outside of this fair value gap. Like I always say, the next candle I want to see come, tap back into that, and then we continue. It didn't quite tap into it, right? But we still got like a decent little pullback from that. Oh yeah, and that sale for that 90% ends on the 1st. Is that Monday? Yeah, it ends on the 1st. So you got through the weekend to get it and everything, and the 1 day is 1 day to pass. So even if you just wait till Monday and cop them, and they let you cop, like you can get like 20 accounts with them if you wanted to. You could buy 20 of them and copy trade them and do all of that. 20 is a little OD. Like, I mean, I get it though. There's people who run it up with them 20 accounts. And the reason they do the 20 accounts is because, like I was saying, they have a little bit more rules with their payouts. Because I think like the max payout, you have to trade for 8 days, and 5 of those 8 days have to be winning days over $50. And then they have them a cap on how much you can withdraw for your first 5 payouts. So each payout, so for the 250K, I think the most you could pull out is like 3,000 on each of those payouts until you get past 5 payouts. Your 6th payout, there's no cap. But you know, most prop firms are kind of gonna be like that. More affordable ones, they're gonna definitely give you, you're gonna have a little bit more, I want to say hoops, but you're just gonna have to prove yourself. You're gonna have to be a little bit more consistent with your trading and everything before they'll give you payouts. I do think they have like a consistency rule, but I didn't actually read it. I think it's like a 20 or 30% consistency rule, which just means like whatever your overall P&L is, like your best day can't be more than 20% of that. Which is, you know, I get the consistency. Is nothing really bad about it. But some people just like to pull their money out when they want to. But you got a company that's like fronting you. You kind of get what I'm saying? So it's like they're gonna want to make sure they're protecting themselves first and foremost. Okay, so yeah, now I think my stance is still the same on this trade right now. So if we do like just come too far back, we just hop out of it. But I mean, we creeping up there though. I have my TP right there at 59.29. I don't know if y'all can see my P&L right here. So we're at 5,337. It was just at like 6,000 something, but looks like we might be getting, I mean, we can still gonna wait and see just a little bit. And you know, this green box that's sitting here right now, so that just means we're in some type of higher time frame fair value gap. I think it was the 4 hour. Yeah, so we're in this 4 hour fair value gap that was formed. It got disrespected, right? But disrespected, and we tapped into this daily fair value gap. That's where you see this candle. That's what happened pre-market. Or no, that happened this morning. Then like around 7 or something, we started getting a rejection from it. So yeah, I would still like to see Let's get some more push to the top. We do have these equal highs on the 4 hour too, like this relative equal high area. It's just building up liquidity. Yeah, just gonna wait it out a little bit and we just gonna see, man. We already in the green, so it's like regardless what happens, we're still good. This is why you can't be greedy though, is because you're like, okay, some people are like, damn, I was just at 6,000 or whatever it was, and then watch it come back and just wait for it to go higher. I used to do that a lot. I still do it sometimes. There's some lives I'm on video doing that and saying it out loud like, damn, I should probably get out. Yeah, that happened at 8. Yep. And then we had our another push back down. Good, so let's see how this about to do us, man. So now I think we officially got that tap back into this 15 minute inverted gap. Okay. Yeah, that's a good stop. That's a good price point. Okay. Okay, are we going now? I think we might. I just want to see this shoot up and take me out this position so we can enjoy the rest of our day. You feel me? This is why I like trading. Just get it done. And I'm about to be in a good mood because we in the green. What? Let's go. Don't let that shit fuck with your mood, but it will though. Yeah, so we're sitting at, here's my P&L right here. We're at 6,375. See, and I feel like this is ES welcoming me back with open arms. It's like, yo, we missed you. Like, quit messing with NQ, bro. Come rock with us. So I hear you. It just hit your TP. I can't remember where the London highs were at. Ooh, see, this is what I don't like to see. So failing out in this. Mm. Hate strong candles like that. We inverted. Boom. This bad boy probably about to come down fast. Let's look at higher time frame, see what's going on. And that's another thing. Staring at that 1 minute chart will trick you out of trade sometimes. So you definitely have to kind of zoom out to see what's really going on. But I don't think it's enough to get me out the trade just yet. Yeah, no, I feel you on closing out because one, the same thing I keep preaching all day. This fair value gap, we got it inverted, right? This candle came, tapped into it. So, but we didn't create a new low also with that push down, but sometimes that doesn't mean anything. But that's just how I'm looking at it. We didn't create a new low. Like we didn't come and take out the lows right here. But yeah, it's probably a good time to, I'm gonna be hovering this close position button because it's probably time to get out of this trade. Yeah, see the push, we're getting down now. Let's see, so there's that. Yeah, the trade might be over, guys. That was still a good move. We're still gonna be in the green. But you see how this candle's looking. There are fair value gaps down here, but I'm not thinking they're gonna hold too much weight. So I might walk away with like 3,000 or something if I let it come all the way back to my TP, to my stop right here. Not exactly sure how much that is, but I don't know. I kind of want to give it a chance. So that's the only reason why I haven't really closed it out just yet. Yeah, we're getting strong, selling off like it's going. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, they definitely plan. But if price does come back anywhere like towards this low right here on this 1 minute chart, I'm gonna just get out. I might even move my stop up there. I just want to see if it's gonna push a little bit more up. If I can get that confirmation, I'll move my stop up. But again, this is just telling me that it swept whatever lows were down here. That's what I'm feeling like happened. Is like it swept the lows down here. Maybe, but we'll see. But I'm ready to close this out. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time and see what happens. But I am ready to close this bad boy out. Yeah. we out of there. I'm done with that one. So I think we got what, like 3,800 on that, which is cool. I'm not even tripping, but I'm not staying in that. It's still valid. It still could go up. But I'm not about to sit through that. But yeah, so I mean, y'all got to sit through that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do a trade recap later, but I'm probably also gonna come back after lunch and see if we could get another trade in. And just kind of see how it plays out. So Fridays are usually really good for that after lunch trade. I think they call it like a unicorn trade or some shit, but we'll come back and see. And like I said, we could still be valid. Like the move still isn't all the way over, like if you really think about it. But for me, I like to be out by 11, 12. So it's all good. I mean, it's a green day. Look, it's just probably about to go up now. But I don't like the price action. Like that's not what I want to see right now. And I'm not about to sit through it. I'm not about to stress myself out about it. It is what it is. We took our win. And you just gotta walk away, not try and say you want more or whatever it is. Maybe come back a little bit later. Like I said, after lunch, and we'll see what's good. My boy Max, if you still in there, I hope you got a stop loss. Well, you did say you have one. That's good. So make sure you just obey it. Don't move it too much. You know, sometimes you do have to move it a little bit. I do that sometimes too, but just obey it. Take your wins. Even if you take your wins and it goes higher, it's all good. Like we damn near got like 80% of the move if you think about it. But yeah, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. I'll catch you guys. I don't think it's over, but yeah, we good today. Yeah, I don't think it's over at all, bro. Like, but you know, I don't want to sit through the pullback. We're pulling back into this 15-minute fair value gap right now. So this could be another opportunity to get in. If we seem like it would have to show us some bullish pressure first, and then, you know, we can go from there and make that decision. But we didn't make a new high on the 15-minute. Like if you look at the 15-minute, we didn't go and sweep the high. We just got up there and then failed. So could just be chopping back and forth for right now. But yeah, right. I'm telling you. Yeah, man, you know, just got to make sure you got one in there. You got one in there. So I think we good. But all right, bro, that's it for me right now. Like I said, I'll come back after lunch. So like at 1:30, I might come back at 1:30. We'll see how I'm feeling because I like to be at the gym at that time. So I might just trade for my phone, but I don't know if I'll go live or not. But if I don't go live, I'll do a recap on how the afternoon trade went, and then I'm also gonna do a recap on the trade we took this morning. You were already there, but just kind of like I'll probably try to give more of a detailed breakdown instead of bouncing back and forth, because when I'm trading live, I'm bouncing back and forth a lot, but I can really put it together if I just sit there and go back through the recording and talk you through it. But yeah, we out of here, man. Good luck, bless, and I'll see you later, man. Hey, I appreciate you popping in though. You locked in for real. I could tell. I appreciate it. But all right, we out.